Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Today I have got a gift guide for every goalie on your list, regardless of your budget.
In Christmas times.
So I have got my cozy holiday sweater on, and regardless of what you and your family choose to celebrate, maybe it's just a birthday coming up and you can't think of something to get that a goalie is going to love because we're a little odd in that regard. And if it's a Christmas birthday, don't you dare get them just one gift. That is like, no, that is never cool. So it's got to be two gifts. It can be one big gift and a little gift. That's okay, but it's got to be two. Here is your 2022 goalie gift guide. I've narrowed it down to just the top 7. Let's go. I said we were gonna do this for every budget, and I mean it. So gift number 1 on the list costs about $4.99. If you're not sure where to get one, just go to Amazon, search Lacrosse Ball. It is a lacrosse ball, and we can use this for self-myofascial release, which is a kind of a self-massage. You know how important mobility and flexibility is for goalies, and doing the self-massage is a part of that. It'll fit in the goalie bag. It works really well. You can get other little jujags and gigags, but this actually works really well. So it isn't just, you aren't just being a cheapo. It actually works really well. It's what I recommend to most of the goalies that I train privately or in my group coaching program. So number 1 is a lacrosse ball, about $4.99. That'll set you back. Number 2 is the, put down my lacrosse ball, is the Skilz lightning bolt. That'll set you back around $85, $90. And again, search it on Amazon, search it on the interwebs. Here you can find it some different places. You can find it from Skilz, the company. I think you can find it at Sport Check, but I know that you guys live all over the world. So just do a little search on the interwebs to find where you can source that. It's a fantastic tool for working on your glove hand because it shoots, the little balls are about the size of a ping pong ball, maybe a little bit denser than a ping pong ball, but you actually have to really be good to catch it. It'll bounce out a lot. I've gotten to the point where it's like, if it just hit, at least if it hits the pocket of my glove, I'm gonna call that a catch. But you have to be pretty good with it. It does not shoot it at the exact same speed in the exact same spot every time. There's a little bit of variation, and sometimes it will just, I don't know what happens in the machine, but it'll just rip one right like by your ear. You can adjust the height and the angle and all that stuff. So really helpful. I would probably suggest as well, maybe getting you can get a little extra pack of extra balls. I would suggest if you can swing it, get that, because like somehow, even though, yeah, like I use it in the goalie training lab and it's just this much space, but I'll lose them all the time. So it's nice to have extra ones just to fire in there. At number 3 is the artwork that you saw in the intro. I have a Lindqvist and I have Carey Price up there. I also have a gorgeous signed Damian Warner. As you know, Damian's been a client of mine for years and years. He's actually the only non-goalie that I'm still working with. These works of art are done with graphite pencil. It is unbelievable. You wouldn't, yeah, if you just look at it, you're like, oh, that's a computer, something. No, it's a person. His name is Dan Peytons, and he's actually from my hometown. He's actually went to high school with Damian. He has a spot down, there's a market down near the Western Fair Arena, actually, if you've ever played in London. And on the weekend, they have a market, and upstairs, there are different crafts people and vendors, and he has a spot up there. But he does incredible work. You can follow him on Instagram. It is just at Peytons Art. We'll flash up the website as well. But he has Hank, he has Carey Price, he has Curtis Joseph. I'm forgetting some of the other goalies he has. And then he has illustrations of other hockey players. He really loves hockey, so there's a lot of hockey players, a few football players as well. You'll definitely find something that it's unique. I give them as gifts all the time to colleagues, to goalies that I train, you know, when I just want to be like, hey, thanks, you know, or I really appreciate you. I send them out as gifts. They start at $59.90. So like this is $59.99. And then I like it too because it's a fairly standard size. So I just went to the Michaels like craft store and get a frame like this, boom, pop it in, and it really looks fantastic. And it's definitely sort of a conversation piece. Make sure, whether you get one or not for a gift, make sure you follow him on Instagram, Dan Peytons. It's just at Peytons Art, because he'll do time-lapse videos of start to finish of an illustration, and it will blow your mind. And number 4 is a subscription to Inglemag Premium. And get it right now. Well, it's only $49.99 for the entire year, because when I was out west and I was hanging out with Woody, I was trying to convince him that he should double the price. So I don't know. So far, he's not taking my business advice, but jump on it now. So what you get with that is sort of some of the inside scoop, like what they call pro reads. So they'll have an NHL goalie sit down, they'll look at video, and the NHL goalie will say, hey, this is what I was thinking, you know, on this play, and this is what I do when I see this situation. It's kind of neat to see inside. They also have done sort of some special webinars that are up there, a couple conversations with Carey Price that are up there. It's just, yeah, it's a really great sort of insider membership site where your goalie can just go and geek out for hours. What was that? What do I want for Christmas? Look at you, always thinking of somebody else, eh? That's what I love about you. That's great. But you know what? I want you to save your money this year. I really don't need anything at all. Actually, I'd love some likes. I'd love some likes for Christmas. If I could get more than 100 likes for this video, that would be a fantastic Christmas present. So drop a like, and then you've got one present down already. You're gonna feel way ahead of the game. Thank you so much. You are too kind. Let's get on with the list. This one is the big one, and it will blow your goalie's mind. Are you kidding me right now? But it definitely is not gonna be on budget for everyone. It is your very own Sensorina. So I got mine in the case. You can order the Oculus Quest. So this is the Oculus Quest. Boom, you need that. You can just wear it around just to look cool, but you need it to, don't wear it around to look cool because you actually can't see through it. But you need that to use the program. Sensorina, if you're unfamiliar with it, Sensorina is a virtual reality goalie training tool. And it sounds like, oh, it's a video game. And that's what I thought when I first heard about it as well. My friend Brian DeCord was involved in sort of helping them refine it and get it so that it really was very real life goalie. And so I bought it because I wanted to support what he's doing. We've been friends for a long time, and I thought some of you would think it was cool. I was blown away from the very first second I put it on. I couldn't even conceive of what it was like. You actually are out there stopping pucks. There actually are real shooters. There are some little kind of robot drills as well, but you also, then you get into drills with real skaters, real screens, real shots, real trying to pick up the puck, reading the puck off the stick. You can work on what your deficiencies are. So if you are getting scored on all the time high glove side, you can set up drills so that you're working high glove. If you're like, geez, I don't have a goalie coach, I don't know what to work on, it takes you through an assessment, and then it gives you a suggested learning path. Hey, you need, based on our, and it knows, you know, it knows your reactions, your reaction speed, it knows what your head's doing, so it knows how well you're tracking the puck. It suggests, hey, you should work on these drills. Or it's like, geez, I wonder if Bill Ranford was my coach, you know, or Brian DeCord was my personal coach, well, how would he progress me? And they have learning templates. So Bill Ranford has one, Brian DeCord has one, Dominic Hasek has one. So it's amazing, and they're making it better and better and better every time. There's usually a couple big updates every year and then some smaller updates. So it's not just sort of a, oh, it's not like playing Pong. You know, remember, like for the old people here, when we played Pong, it was so cool for like the first, you know, 4 days, and then it's like, okay, this is always the same. This program's always getting better and better. As I mentioned, it is not for everybody's budget. Please don't get mad at me because you can't afford it. I get it. I know what it's like. just some people tend to get mad at me personally. It's not my doing. I don't set the price, and it is actually worth every dollar, just like maybe a Mercedes is worth every dollar, but we can't all afford to drive a Mercedes, and that's okay. We don't have to get mad at the Mercedes dealership. So here's how the pricing breaks down. The membership, so you have to have a membership to get access to the portal, because like I said, it's updating all the time, it's changing all the time. You are using their technology to get the training you need, and yes, it does translate onto the ice. So that membership is $588 per year. You can also get a family membership. It's a little more expensive, but it lets you have like 4 different, people registered in your account, so you can share it. There is also, it started with goalies, but now they also have VR for shooters. So if you've got a goalie in the house and 2 kids that skate out or whatever, that's pretty cool because they can all use it. Then if you don't have an Oculus Quest, so you can buy an Oculus Quest just wherever you would get your electronics, Best Buy or whatnot. But if you don't have one, you can order one from them, and it'll come in the nice crash case so that it isn't going to get destroyed. So the Quest is $699, including the case. And then there are the controllers, and you can do it just holding the controllers in your hands. So you can do it just holding those controllers in your hands. But what's even better is when you attach those to your glove and blocker. And when you do that, it's wild because you can even scan in your stick to the right paddle height, and then you can make saves with your stick and see your stick and watch an instant replay. So on any of them, you can watch a 3D instant replay. And by 3D, it means like I can stand behind myself, I can come around to the side, I can look at exactly what I'm doing while virtual me is making the save, and I can see what I did wrong and be like, why do I keep doing that? Why? Like that. So those sleeves that you need to attach the controllers to your glove and blocker, they come in at $99. Now, I'll also tell you, Sense Arena runs a lot of promotions, and I have no idea. I usually support them when they do because we get a commission on that. And I think I get maybe, I don't know, maybe it's $50 per person that buys using my link. I give all that money to my friend Justin Goldman for his Lift the Mask mental health initiative for goalies. So I always will share that code with you. I don't know ahead of time if they're running a promo before Christmas, but maybe keep your eyes peeled. And I will definitely share it on my social media if I find out about one. So I'm at Goalie Training on Instagram. Another big dog gift would be joining my Game-Winning Goalie Formula group coaching program. It's a big dog as well, and not cheap. But it's done by application only, and it's really where I work with a group of goalies virtually, so you can live anywhere in the world, and we don't have workouts. It's like, oh, every Tuesday you have to work out at 8 o'clock, because that wouldn't work. But it's all your training for off-ice training, in-season, off-season, mobility, strength, speed, stamina, everything. There's a resource section, so a goalie development section where I bring in some fantastic goalie coaches from around the world. We've had Tomas Magnuson, Brian DeCord, Pete Fry's done 3 sort of goalie mindset modules for our goalies. We've had nutrition in there. Had NHL goalie Carter Hutton stop by to have a chat with the goalies in our group. We do a weekly live coaching call. We have an online group coaching forum where you can ask me questions anytime. You post your training. I double check it to make sure that you're working on the right things. It's pretty cool, and it's really fun to get to work with so many motivated goalies. So that's by application only. If you want to find out more, the best way would probably be to just DM me on Instagram at Goalie Training and tell me a little bit about yourself. And if it seems like it might be the right fit, I'll send you the link to learn more and how to apply. Or you could email help@goalietrainingpro.com. Just say, hey, I'm just wondering, I want to learn more about the Game-Winning Goalie Formula. I think it sounds awesome. And then we'll see if it's going to be the right fit or not. And moving on to number 7, it is the Pro Laces. So those are my Pro Laces. And I use the Pro Laces Hybrid. So they are armor, which means they have this little, almost like a skate lace over the bungee that protects the bungee from maybe getting nicked or frayed. But then it also has this little spacer at the toe. I had the regular ones to start with that didn't have this little spacer, and the bungees would seesaw through, when I went into my RVH and stuff, and that just bothered me. I like it to be symmetrical. So I get the hybrid, which is the armor plus this, but you don't have to get this if you don't want to for whatever reason. I don't know why you would, but. And then you can customize them. You can customize them with color. You can customize it. There's even some graphics that they can put on there. You can customize them with text. So I just have M2 on there. So M2. And then I have fun on the other one. So when I go to put on my pads before a game, because really I do just play for fun. I don't get paid to be a goalie, that's for darn sure. It just reminds me that you're doing this for fun. Like you choose to do it, because I still get worked up and I get nervous or I get fired up if I don't play well, and it kind of ruins my day. So it's just like, hey, like this is fun. You can get a couple different options of how they attach to your pad. So you might want to actually take a little look at your goalie's pads to make sure which option is best for them. One is like with that like a nut and a bolt kind of thing that you can put on it. I like just tying it on with the lace. I've just tied mine on with the lace, a black lace there. The nut and bolt, I kind of worry that it'll eat away at my pads or at my skate or something. I don't know if it does or not, but just be aware that that's something you'll need to know. These aren't sort of a standard fit. Different goalie pads have different types of toe bridges. So just double check to make sure it's gonna work for your application. But that is Pro Laces. I love them. And I've had these for probably at least 2 years and never had a problem having them broken or anything. Maybe actually probably 3 years. It's pretty good. And those will set you back about $55. You can find some other great gift ideas in my 2020 edition guide that you can get here, and they're still cool. That's one of the nice things about goalie gifts, like they don't really go out of style. So check those out if you need more ideas or want a few other price points. I know I actually for sure have a bunch of books that I recommend in that video, so that's always a really nice gift too. If you are super cheap or you're just super broke, we've all been there, you could download the PDF of my free butterfly challenge. So it's a goalie specific mobility program. You could like 3-hole punch it. You could go to like the Staples, get a little binder, put it in there, and then also include a page where they have a link to the app store. So they can download it on the app for free as well, but then they have it everywhere they go, and there's videos of all the exercises. But that might be a nice little gift too. Just put it in a binder. It looks like you put some time and effort into it as well. It's nice, and they'll get a wider butterfly flare in 14 days or less, and it works. So that'll be kind of nice too, because the best gift you can give a goalie is the gift of stopping for pucks. Yes. I'll drop the link in the description for you. And I don't care what holiday you and your family choose to celebrate. I hope you have a fantastic one. And I know that the holidays can be tough for all of us sometimes. So do me a favor and protect your boundaries. I find getting out in nature, just going for a little walk around my pond, really helps kind of keep me centered, keep me sane, and just, make a decision that I'm not going to argue about politics or sports or things that happened 4 years ago or 4 days ago. I'm just going to enjoy the holidays. I love you guys. I cannot wait for you to see what I'm working on in the next few weeks, let alone heading into the next year. It's going to be awesome. I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Christmas present, early Christmas present. I appreciate it.